Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I want to build a hospital. If you're a regular, then you know that I made a previous video about why I want to build a hospital. But in a nutshell, I am training to be a doctor at the moment, and one of the things that I always think about is how I could do this better. Now, I know for some people this is probably very delusional, but I genuinely think there is different things that I could do myself to improve healthcare for a wide range of people. So the simple way to do that is just to build a hospital myself. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you an update on my journey to building a hospital. First things first, this is a very long journey. I think every single time I'm reminded about certain things that just tell me that, yeah, this is not going to happen overnight. One of those things that I'm going to touch on later is the cost of equipment. I spoke to someone about the cost of some hospital equipment, and oh my gosh, like, the figures just made me think, yeah, like this is going to be a long journey. But first, I'm going to break down this video into different ways. So I'm going to be talking about me going on viewings, I'm going to be talking about my conversation with investors, and I'm also going to be talking about my journey to finding equipment. One of my biggest motivations for building a hospital is just simply the fact that it doesn't make sense to me why, especially in the UK, in our medical training and around the world in hospitals that I've been to, is that we look at technology improving, we look at advancements in science, but if we look at metrics such as obesity, it's on the rise. If we look at illness, it's on the rise. And to me, those two things don't actually make any sense. So what do I think that I could do better? I think if we can intentionally build a hospital with the patient in mind, I think we ultimately deliver better health outcomes. I think at the moment, hospitals are built with the people who built the hospitals in mind. For instance, a very simple example, a lot of things in a hospital will be done to make a doctor's life easier, for instance. And the assumption is that if we make a doctor's life easier, then we have improved the outcomes for the patient, when that necessarily isn't always the case. So, into how I plan to build this hospital. In another video, I mentioned how I plan to build a hospital by delving more into the world of property. This is because hospital essentially is a form of real estate, and it's a form of real estate which has a organization or a business which is running inside of it. So the real estate on the outside and the business of care on the inside. So at the moment, I've focused on concentrating my knowledge gaining in the world of real estate. So I've been going on viewings over the last months, maybe even years. Like, I've been going on viewings for so long. At the moment, we're going on viewings looking for properties that need love. So to be precise, what does a property that needs love look like? This is anything that needs any form of renovation. Maybe there's some structural damage. Maybe there is no windows. Maybe there's no kitchen. Maybe there's no water. Maybe there's no gas. All of these things are properties that need love. Essentially something that you can't just take your bags to today and move in and start living, because it needs work doing. The reason I've been looking at these properties that need love is because there is value that we can add. We can go in there, do a refurbishment, maybe bring some gas pipes into the property, bring some water into the property, maybe reconfigure the layout in the property to make it a bit more practical for the modern day life. And that way we can add value to it and essentially do work and increase the value of the property. In the process of that, what we will be doing is essentially allowing ourselves to get that 1 foot further in the world of real estate. And how is this journey of mine going whilst we're looking for viewings? It's very up and down. The property market in the UK at the moment is, I would say, in a very confused state. 1 minute lenders are happy to give out money, the next minute everybody's getting down valuations, the next minute the interest rates are back on the rise, the next minute the interest rates are falling again. And in this market at the moment, it's really difficult, I guess, for you to know what the future holds. And that's the reason why people are probably being a bit more risk averse at the moment. But at the same time, with that being said, this also means that there is so many golden opportunities out there. There's always those famous sayings that you hear, like, when others are fearful, that's when you need to be greedy, and vice versa. And that's essentially the times that we're in. The other thing that I've been doing is talking to investors. Now, I get this question all the time, like, who is an investor? what is an investor? And to me, the simple way to put it, an investor is somebody who wants to make their money work harder than themselves. An investor is somebody who is sitting there maybe on a small pot of cash that is in a low interest savings account and is not really doing anything for them. An investor is someone who wants to take that money and be able to make their money work harder than themselves. An investor is somebody who wants to invest in property projects so that their money can work harder than themselves while they concentrate on doing whatever their day job is. Maybe you're a surgeon, maybe you're a business operative, maybe you're a dentist. Essentially, every single one of those people qualify as an investor. So I've been speaking to investors, having those early conversations to build those relationships, to let people know what I want to do. To let people know that my North Star is being able to build a hospital, and in the process, I'm providing people the opportunity to invest in some of the projects that I'm going to be doing. Of course, as part of investing in some of those projects, one of the things that I'm also going to be doing for those who are interested is allowing them to also learn as well, allowing them to also be able to come on the journey. So if we have any problems or any headaches or any new learnings, they can also learn it because essentially they have skin in the game too. Thirdly, I have been speaking to equipment suppliers of hospitals. Now, this was one of the most humbling conversations I've ever had. I remember just going in there and being like, yo, I just want to know how much these things cost, because I'm the type of person that it's all fun and games having a goal, but I need to know what are the figures, what are the numbers, what are the steps that I need to take to reach that goal. And of course, if I want to build a hospital, I need to know basic information like how much does it cost. So I just went into conversation with these suppliers and I was like, oh, for instance, how much does a CT scanner cost? And they told me £140,000. And this is not including any maintenance, any training of people that need to know how to use the CT scan. That doesn't include any of that. That just means the actual scanner itself, to take it and put it in a room. And then there was all of these requirements about what the room that houses the scanner needs to have. Like, of course, the CT scan is emitting X-rays, so there's different protection that people need to have. So all in all, just to have a CT scanner, you're probably looking at like £250,000 just to be able to put it in a room. And I thought, yo, this dream of building a hospital may be further than I think. But that was then. As soon as I walked out the room, I just thought, well, we're going to have to charge that to the game. That's just the cost to pay. And my job now is to figure out how we can just pay that cost and get things moving. The good thing though is they did tell me that you can find a basic obs machine. So this is a machine which takes your blood pressure, your oxygen saturations, your temperature. It's a machine which you can use to assess the basic well-being of a patient. They told me you can pick up those for as cheaply as £40. And honestly, on the day, I literally wanted to just buy one. However, I thought, where am I going to put this thing? And the reason why I wanted to buy one is because me buying that basic obs machine would have made that dream one step closer. It's that tiny, minute baby step to getting there. And this was something that, of course, I didn't buy it, but now I know where to get it. So I hope this has been a very useful update on the journey to building a hospital. I'm going to be documenting a lot more of this journey when we are doing a renovation on a property, for instance, being able to teach you guys on YouTube as well as having something that I can look back on myself. Let me know if you want something specific on this journey to building a hospital that maybe you want to learn, or maybe you want to see, or maybe it's just a random piece of curiosity. And this can be anything. For instance, you can ask, what type of design do you want to go into this hospital? And these are things that will allow me to be able to cater some of my future content to making sure that you, the watcher, has something to gain out of this video. Anyway, I will see you on the next update. I'm thinking of naming this series something. I'm not sure what I should name it. I want to name it something cool like Project X and just document Project X. However, I need to come up with a name. If you have a name which you think would be good, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week.